Welcome to my channel. If you are new, my name is Teresa. I couldn't start out today's video without giving y'all a little footage of our winter wonderland. It's beautiful. This video is a long-awaited one. Many of y'all have asked me, where is my craft room? Well, here it is. This is our home before we purchased it 4 years ago. This is what the upstairs looked like, so I'm going to take y'all along as we're going to transform my craft room. This is the outside of our house before we did a front porch and a side porch makeover, just to give you an idea of what our house looked like. And I have makeover videos. I'll have those down in my description box if you want to go out and watch those. But we are going to start working on my craft room, y'all, and I'm going to bring y'all along through the process and let y'all see all the things that we do and how we're going to brighten up this space and make it better. If you haven't joined my Facebook home decor page, I'd love for you to go over and join it, and also go over and follow me on Pinterest and Instagram. The first thing I want to do is just give y'all an introduction to my space. I have a lot of comments from my viewers asking where I store my things that they see in my videos, things that I make, my staging items. Well, this is where it is. The upper level of our home has 300 square foot. So this whole space right here is dedicated to me. And when we first moved in, there was carpet on the flooring. So through the years, we've been here 4 years in April. So I have, we have just kind of stabbed at this a little bit as we go. We didn't do it all at once. And some of the things that we've done to this area, I didn't have my YouTube channel at the time, so there's no footage for it. But I just kind of want to, pick up here and introduce y'all to the space. And we are dead in winter time, and that's when it's a great time to do indoor projects. So we are getting on this, and we're going to try to get it finished. So in today's video, this is going to be part 1, and of course I'll do a reveal video when I get more things done to it. But in today's video, I'm just going to kind of take you through some of the factors that I had to factor in as I was doing my space. And one is going to be, of course, declutter. You can see anytime you work on projects, and especially crafting, it gets cluttered up really fast. And I worked for a really good manager at one of my jobs many years ago, and I will never forget him. He was one of the best. But I remember him always telling us, we worked in some little cubicle offices, and he always told us at the end of the day, quit 10 minutes early before going home, and always organize and declutter your space, so when you come in the next day, it's all fresh and ready for you to go. That was some of the best advice I've ever been given. So I try to do that with my crafting, but some days it doesn't go that way. Some days I'm tired, and the last thing I want to do is put all my stuff back where it goes. So as you can see, it just kind of gets set in the floor, it's sitting around. So decluttering is going to be huge for this area. And then I'm going to go through and show you how I choose my paint colors, my flooring. I'm going to show you some ways that we can make use of our organization and our storage, lighting. This right here is the only natural light this room has. It's going to be this door right here. There's no windows in this area, so the lighting is not that great up here. So I'm going to show you what I do to help fix that problem. First thing that I'm going to show y'all that you have to take into consideration is what you have to work for in your space as far as storage and organization. I have these huge deep drawers. The previous owner built these. They were previously in this little angled nook. There was 2 on each side of the room, because there was 2 of those little angled nooks in this room. So Ben and I took them out of those little angles, because every time I would go and get something out of those drawers, I would bump my head on the ceiling, and you can see that was where the 2 of the drawers were. And like I say, there were 2 on each end. So we took them and lined them up on this divider wall and just put them flush to the wall. And then we just got a very inexpensive piece of, I think this is press board from Lowe's, and just laid it on top of them so I would have a good workspace. So of course they're that really pretty cherry color. It's gorgeous, but I'm trying to lighten everything up. So we're going to paint those, and I'm going to start out painting them with some interior semi-gloss white paint. And it's going to take several coats to cover up this dark wood, but you'll see in just a minute how much better they look. And I'm also going to get some really pretty hardware to go on these because they have never had any hardware on them, so you just kind of have to pull them open with your fingers. Now I'm going to just show you the layout of the room of how I had it. I had my desk in my office right here when you first entered the room at the door, and it worked really well. But the thing about this room is the lighting is really bad. It has can lights, and a lot of times when I film up here, I'll get some overcast, I'll get some shadows. But I do craft up here some, but the electrical outlets also aren't placed to my advantage for my hot glue gun. And as you can see, there's the cabinet doors, the wall units. We're going to paint those also, and I've got new hardware for those. And that little door in the back, that is the only natural light that I have. So I'm going to, also in the video show y'all what natural light you have. Try to play off on that. Since this room has no windows, I really got to take advantage of that door down there at the end as my natural light. And I also got a couple little light fixtures, and there's also a ceiling fan. There was a ceiling fan on each end of the room, but when we moved in, one of them either had never gotten installed or they just took it down. So right now the room has one ceiling fan and just one open area where the other one was, and we're gonna get a chandelier and put up there. So now I want to show you the flooring. The flooring was, as I told you previously, it was carpet, and it was gross. We pulled that up and got rid of that, and we just went to Lowe's and got some very inexpensive peel and stick. This is, hardware inspired linoleum, and me and Ben put this down, and I don't know, I think it took us less than a day to install this ourselves. It's very easy to put down, and like I say, it's just self-adhesive peel and stick tile. So, but we didn't want to go really expensive with any kind of flooring up here, since I'm just really the only one that utilizes this space. So I've got dark flooring, so I wanted to also take that in consideration when I'm considering paint colors. So here is the natural lighting that I do have in this space. There's no windows, but I do have this really nice door with this side window, so that really helps out. But I do try to utilize my lamps, and I do have a really pretty chandelier ordered that will be coming soon, and I'll have a video on it to add some extra lighting. And choosing a paint color, that is so overwhelming to me. There's thousands of paint colors when you go in to the paint store, go to Lowe's, and I get so overwhelmed. I decided I love gray, but I had gray in my previous house, and then this caramel tan looking color, I loved it, but I'm looking at a lot of that color down on the lower level of our home. So I look at that all day, so I kind of wanted to go something a lot different. So I decided I wanted to go with a white. I didn't go with an ultra white. I did do research, and on rooms that don't get a lot of natural light, you want to go with a matte finish. That way it says it won't show shadows is bad. So I went with a matte, and the name of the paint color that I chose was by Sherwin-Williams, and it's Origami White. And I will put the name of it down below in my description box, but it has an undertone of kind of a creamy tan. So, because a lot of times when you go get a white, they won't be a pure white. They're going to have an undertone, and some of them will kind of come off as blue or purple, and I did not want that. So I'm really pleased with the paint color. I feel like it really lightened up my area. And I'm showing you here the door. The previous owner never finished out the door. So I can't wait to apply some pretty paint to the door and lighten it up and get it finished. Now I'm just going to kind of let y'all sit back. I'm going to just let y'all kind of go through the little stages of us painting and how it's all coming together so far. If you like this video so far, I hope you'll hit that like button And also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I'd love for you to. I wanted to mention here that these wall units on this side of the room, a couple of years ago I took the doors off and I wanted some open shelving so I could have some storage space for baskets. And I've done some videos on how you can paint cardboard boxes, so I've got some of those in there, and that's where I store a lot of my lace, my ribbons, and a lot of my craft supplies. So always remember, baskets make great drawers. So if you don't have a piece of furniture that has drawers, baskets are a really great alternative. I want to give you another idea and some inspiration on clothing storage. If you don't, if you are in a home maybe doesn't have a lot of closet space like ours, you can hang your poles from the ceiling and hang your clothing on that. And you will see how I'm going to stage some of my clothes from this pole. That's an inexpensive metal pole that we purchased at Lowe's, and I put some finials on the end of it and I spray painted it. So now I'm going to show you, when you go with a really light color paint in your room, how you can really enhance it with your decor pieces. I'm showing you some decor pieces that I'm transforming. I've had this metal rack for several years and it's a pretty color, but I'm going to spray paint it white. I'm going for a lot of white and neutral colors in my area. With it, this color, it just really did not show up. It just kind of blended into the walls. But I'm going to let you see the difference. Just putting some really pretty white spray paint or any kind of white paint on a piece of furniture, how it can really transform it and make it pop. And I love mannequins, and I acquired this mannequin at a yard sale. I don't know, a few years ago. I think I paid $5 for it, and it's actually, I think it's a man form. But I used to sell clothing and fashion on Poshmark, and I did sell some men's clothing, and I would feature them on this mannequin form. Well, I was going to get rid of it, but I thought, no, I'm going to hang on to it. So I took him outside, I gave him some paint, and you will see him later on in my transformation of how much better painted white he looks. Now here's another wire mannequin form that I purchased from a yard sale for $5. I'm also going to paint it white. This gray corner shelf, I got this at a yard sale a couple years ago. I think I paid $10 for it, and I'm thinking about painting it white. That corner is about the only corner that it will fit in, but there's an Osteen trunk that my mom gave me. I'm thinking about making over it. So of course there'll be a video on that, and it had all my little baby clothes in it, and there's some of those hanging up. So again, I'm showing you that little pole I hung from the ceiling. That's a great way to hang clothes if you don't have a lot of closet space. And also, I'm just kind of giving you a sneak peek of some of the staging that I'm doing for my final transformation reveal. So I hope you'll stay tuned for that video. And like I say, I just kind of want to bring y'all along of where I'm at with my craft room and kind of take y'all along now as I go and as I transform different pieces that I have. Here's a lamp stand. I'm thinking I have an idea for it and just kind of showing you the before, and stay tuned for how it may turn out after, and you may see it again in my final reveal and how I use it. I hope y'all enjoyed a little bit of footage of my craft room and the progress that we've made so far. And I'm going to bring y'all along for all the changes that I do up to this point. And then, like I told you, I'm going to have a final transformation reveal at the end when I get it all done. So I hope y'all look forward to that video. Y'all, we got hammered by a winter storm, and this video almost didn't happen. We had a big limb take out our power for about 10 hours. But anyway, we got back up and running, and those little sweet footprints is from our neighbor. She baked cookies and brought us some cookies yesterday, so what a sweet gesture. So y'all, as always, I love y'all. I hope everybody is staying warm, and I will see y'all in my next video. Thanks for coming along.